Hans, you can open the show.
Yeah,
I
I
can't.
see it. Mark, I see that we are on now.
Okay.
Yeah. Good morning, everyone.
Good
Art
morning.
Matters, New York.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So today, good morning, everyone. Today we are going to see where we go because we sort of we're going to look at a piece by Phyllis, and I think Marie, you sent us some early painting, uh, at which I peaked. Peeked, and it looks pretty interesting. So why don't we just take a look at that? And Cliff is here today, so hello, Cliff.
Hello.
Let's see now. Let's do this. Ba-bum. Oh,
And I have also news. We are going to be on Facebook also. But we have some hiccups and not yet, but soon.
okay. 1 second while I do this. Why am I not? Oh, okay. I see. Okay. Here we go. Okay. I'm going to go right here. Sorry, but this is how we do it.
Absolutely.
Okay, so
it's real time. We like the real time thing.
okay, here we go.
Real humans. Real humans make real time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Oh, wonderful.
What? I don't know.
You want to talk about this, Phyllis?
Yes, I do, because it's kind of convoluted. Again, I was looking at Goya, and I don't want to copy him, but I want to get something of the essence. So a lot of it is, of course, in his compositions, which become, that part becomes apparent. And I did 2 smaller watercolors at that particular time. And I worked them so hard that they seemed to me out of bounds. They seemed too muddy. So I decided to go over to my old tricks, try collage. So I tore them up, and this is the result.
I love it.
Yeah, I do too. Super interesting.
Again, sorry.
I'm just going to say real quick, then I'm just saying that I see this as like an enormous painting, the scale,
Yeah.
And how powerful this is as at least the way I perceive it, as a very, very large painting. Even without, without the physicality of the collage, I can imagine this, as, photographically, let's say, like almost like an inkjet, on a very, very large white surface, and how beautiful and powerful that would be. And
It's a little bit long. I'm sorry.
No, go on, Philip.
Go ahead.
It's like a DNA of art history. The whole thing is in there.
Right.
That's what yeah. that makes it so powerful.
I mean, a series of these based on, Goya or any, painters of the past would be a very powerful, project.
It is. It's very intriguing.
Yeah.
Uh, very intriguing. I actually, as I said last week, the diagonals in his work just put me in another space. And so, again, there were diagonals here that I played with,
Yes.
mostly diagonals. And I also became intrigued with his bulls. I love his bulls.
Right.
I will never be able to draw a bull. I might be able to copy him, but that's not what I wanted to do. The bulls were in my head.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think this has a lot of really interesting dimension, and I am fascinated with the way that the shapes came out and the way that the lines on the shapes are. So I think it's really kind of interesting. And
You know, go ahead. I'm sorry.
oh no. What I also like, Phyllis, is what you said, which is, I started off with watercolors and they didn't please me. And I went to a totally different technique. And I think that,
I haven't painted over this. These are the original paintings.
yeah, but what I like
I
about,
cut them out.
yeah, what I like about how you cut them out and then place them is that I think that that's kind of the strength for me of this piece. And so I kind of laugh because you know how they say there's no accidents in life?
Yeah.
Maybe on a spiritual level, this was supposed to be your process. So it's kind of
You know,
interesting.
I'll tell you, I mean, if I can, this is a short little allegory, but I've been sort of listening to interviews with the crazy and very successful record producer, Phil Spectre,
Oh,
who,
wow. Wow.
okay,
Yeah.
and interestingly, he really knows his American, songbook. He
Sure.
knows Irving Berlin and Gershwin
Of
and
course.
Lerner and all of these people, even though he produced these, very early
Yes.
rock and roll records.
Yeah.
And he was saying, he was quoting Cole Porter, and he was saying, well, is that better than rock and roll? S- you know, and he was saying, well, no one speaks like that anymore, like the way Cole Porter wrote, you know. No one speaks like in the way that, and he's saying, so is it better? No, it's just something different. It's something else. We can't, keep singing White Christmas, by Bing Crosby. So he made a rock and roll Christmas record, with the Ronettes and his people and so on and so forth. So I think that the same can be said of art. We no longer speak in the same way. We don't draw
Mhm.
anymore. Like as you said, like Goya. You're never going to draw a bull like Goya or Picasso, for that matter,
You
right?
can only copy it.
We can copy it, but we don't do that anymore. So
Yeah.
we do something else, you know? And so we talk about other things that are, our own language that are important to us. And, hopefully they hold up. There's a timelessness, or timeless aspect to it that touches, a universal nerve. So,
So what you're saying, Mark, is that Spectre was saying that there's a new it's not better or worse. It's a
Right.
new.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. It's a
yeah,
continuation. It's a transformation.
Right.
yeah,
Things keep moving.
yeah. Nothing stays the same.
Right.
And you do utilize the past.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's what you did here, I think, and improved and made a really beautiful composition, and also took advantage of your knowledge of negative and positive space, which is why I think this is really successful. It's has a lot of movement. Like Hans said, it's kind of like like a DNA. It's really interesting.
Mhm.
Yeah. And since you mentioned bull and bulls, I somehow see the form of a bull moving in here.
Oh,
Oh, I
I see
do.
this. Did you see that, Phyllis? Did you
Yes.
mean
Yeah, we
I met, especially on the black line, that black area. Oh,
this?
the next, no, more the other way, to the right.
Mhm.
I saw the hump of
Oh,
a,
yeah.
a bull.
Yeah. It
And
almost has,
I love that kind of exquisite line that
yeah.
Goya gets.
Right.
Yeah,
That's what I was thinking of.
the way, yeah,
There's a lot of ways to see this and interpret it.
Yes,
yeah.
And the red, certainly has a lot to do with the bullfight,
yes,
and
yes, yes. Blood, of course, yes.
Yeah.
my
very interesting.
favorite piece of this is the kind of middle right where it looks like a white piece is coming out. I keep coming back to that area, which I think is so beautifully painted. It's just really interesting.
Mhm. Absolutely.
It's a little,
Okay.
the paper is a little larger than the usual. It goes than the arches. This is the German paper. This is about maybe a couple of inches bigger. So maybe that helps. The paper is magnificent.
And
How large is this piece, Phyllis?
And I think it's Cliff is 14 by 14.2 by 18.9. It's a beautiful proportion. And that you don't feel that in the arches 20 by 16. The
That's so
proportion,
interesting.
the proportion is magnificent for me.
It's amazing how important the size of something is. When we look at it on the screen, it could be huge or it could be small, and we can't see with the internet screen, but it's really quite powerful size.
I'll get back to you.
Nice piece.
I'll get back to you, Charlotte.
Oh,
That was Charlotte, of course. Okay.
I'm going to show you this because you just made me think of it. Let me see. Uh, what am I doing here? Uh-oh. Okay. Um, let me do this. Let me get rid of that. Can you see this, everyone?
oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes?
Yes.
So I'm on the Guardian website, and this was a review or a little review critique of a photographer from Sudan who I guess he's living in, I think he's living in, his name is Hashim Nasar. And it says here, striking images are winning awards and gaining attention across the globe. He was expelled or left, along with 3 million other people, I believe, from Sudan because of the ongoing civil war. And it's called his project on war and displacement. So this is, I was reminded of it looking at your work just because of the use of color and red when we were talking about the red of the bullfight. But he's a photographer and he's putting together these images. I don't think they're photoshopped. I think these are actual photographs that he sets up. You can read the article. I'm not an expert on this.
Are there more?
Wow.
Yeah.
So there's that red.
Oh, that's
So he's
wonderful.
covering the identity. Blue is a hopeful color for him. I do remember that. And I guess there are, I don't know how, you see like those bombs, those are actually cut out paper being held by a wire coming out of the monitor, the TV monitor.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure, if these are photoshopped or not. I think he sets these up.
Well, isn't there a way of knowing if something is now photoshopped or AI'd? Isn't there a method of determining? Hasn't there been some new technology that helps us understand what's altered and what's?
Hans, you want to answer that? You're shaking your head.
I think so far you don't know.
You don't know.
You know.
No.
Maybe you will one time because there is a secret code somewhere embedded, or whatever, and then you can really know if it was labeled.
Because that red
and
fabric,
with which program, and so on. But it's very hard.
The red is fabric. It's just fabric.
But is it blowing in the wind, or is it still? Is it crispy? Does it have some glue that's making it stand up like that, which makes me.
Well, maybe it has a wire in it. We don't know. He's doing whatever he does, but I think that these are, and I think he photographs with his phone. That's what I heard.
Wow.
That's what.
Really, even
That's what Maureen said, but I'm not sure where she got that information. But anyway, it's pretty interesting. It's an interesting article. Like I can send you all the link.
Yeah, that would be nice. Yes.
And
Wow.
he is, it's really something interesting.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's unexpected. He has a different, orientation, comes from a different, way of seeing and thinking and representing, but it's not naive at all.
Interesting. I could see why Phyllis's work reminded you of that.
Right? Yeah.
The white backgrounds, the compositions are
Exactly.
Yeah.
I just thought of it and I just read this yesterday. It was sent to me. So it was still kind of fresh.
The best. Wow.
I like the suitcase.
What is Mark? What does Maureen think of them?
We didn't talk about it too much. And I think she found it, it's very engaging visually. It's very strong.
Yes.
So I think you kind of have to look at it. You have to, sort of engage and think about it. We didn't really discuss it more than just look at it.
Certainly is avant-garde.
Yeah, things come from straight out of weird places. It's
the power of art.
I think he's living in Egypt, so this must be Cairo. I believe that's where he fled.
I mean,
He was a dentist. He was a dentist,
Uh-huh.
this guy. That's it. I'm sure there's more. You could probably just Google his name because he is getting some sort of attention now because there's so little attention paid to Sudan, and it's really a crisis there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so nice.
Here
That
it says at least 3.3 million Sudanese have fled Sudan since 2023, with 1.5 million arriving in Egypt, while the remaining are spread throughout Sudan's other neighbors. Many of his relatives are among the 8 million internally displaced people. 8 million internally displaced.
Mhm.
So anyway, you can read it, but it's interesting. Here it says, war has transformed how the dentist turned photographer views his work, from a form of personal creative expression to a tool for raising awareness about the situation in his country.
Mhm.
Strange, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I think I like this one the best.
Mhm.
Against the sky. It's just
Mhm.
Anyway,
No, good, yeah. Thank you, Mark.
yeah, thanks, Mark.
Thank you.
sure, sure. Um, Hans, maybe I could put that in the, I don't know how to do that.
Well,
How to put the link into the,
a chat.
how do I do this? Go copy copy that. Oh, okay, I'll do that.
Then you can
Let's see.
put it into the chat.
How do I do that? Oh, yeah, okay.
Mhm.
Oh, wait. Okay, that copy, and
It was in the Guardian, Guardian.
then go to the chat, right? I've never done this before. I'm doing it now, so bear
And it
with
was
me.
in Guardian. The article was a Guardian article.
Okay, there it is. I just did it. So who do I have to send this to you? Everyone in here, right? Okay, done.
Yeah, everyone can see it in the
So
chat.
did you get it?
Yeah.
There it is.
Maybe you'd see Phyllis's next picture.
That was it.
Oh, I thought Phyllis said she had 3.
No, just,
That's all.
oh,
No.
it comes from two,
Oh,
it comes from two
It's
pictures.
wonderful.
oh,
Phyllis.
gotcha. Okay.
It's on, we're on Instagram all of a sudden. Did you know that, Hans?
No.
Yes,
What,
we're on
Phyllis?
Instagram.
Yes, it's on Instagram, yeah.
Yeah,
That the two others, yeah,
right.
they are there, yeah.
Okay, now I'm
That's
going
what
to.
we did that.
I guess so. Thank you.
You like it? You like it?
Yes, I like it.
Oh, okay.
I like
Okay.
to see myself, right? Sure.
Otherwise,
That's not right.
No, it's good that you like it.
So I couldn't open this file.
We
I
see
don't know
it.
what
We
kind of.
see it.
So I'm just showing this is mail.
Okay.
Is this
Okay.
is this Marie?
Yes.
Okay. It's funny, I had just emailed you a couple of things for some content if you wanted to see them, and one of them, it's funny, sort of
Okay.
reminded me of this.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. We'll look at that after this. Okay. Oh yeah, I
So,
see now. Yeah, I see what
Mary,
that.
they are. You have them at a friend's house, or what?
I did. Last night I went to my aunt's house and I had painted these years ago and she had just put them up on her wall recently. She moved her things from New York to Florida. And this was one of my first triptychs. And I remember Hans saying, I want you to make them be related to each other, but not connect with each other.
Mhm.
So,
I think you were successful in doing that.
I like it.
What
I
was
think
that
your
at the
aunt,
art? Was
think
that
your
at the Art Students League? We did them.
that was at the Art Students League, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. That was
Yeah, and these are painted with oils.
nice.
I
Beautiful.
think your aunt found like the perfect place for these pieces. It works great there, doesn't it? I think so. Looks great.
I wish it was on a white wall with more white around it because
Probably.
yeah.
I like work, in domestic spaces, even in galleries today. Like there's a gallery up here called Campus, which 4 or 5 New York dealers bought an old schoolhouse, an old school, I should say, and it turned it into a gallery. And they didn't renovate it at all. And so, like in the science room, there's still blackboards and there's, these, what do you call them? You know, I don't know what they call it, with a sink, and so you can conduct science experiment. But all of the rooms, or even in the cafeteria, and they just hang artwork right on the walls in front of the blackboards and paneled rooms and this and that and the other. And nobody cares anymore. It's sort of more interesting than the white box,
Yeah,
that has been sort of standard. So I like artwork in crazy spaces. Why not?
The dog with the red ears is distracting me, but
Oh, yeah. Well, I like it, Marie. I
I
think they're
do
really,
too.
I like the bottom being, horizontal,
yeah.
towards the floor. I like that. Closer
is
to
it,
the floor.
is it
I like,
thick? Is the paint thick, Marie? Is it
Yeah, yeah. It's like right out of the tube.
that's
But I
So
was thinking about doing a large piece based on the bottom.
uh-oh.
I want to see if I find this when that was in my archive. That's a very good.
I think these are really good, really successful.
they're very striking.
I mean, I like how you left the white space. It refers to some work done in the 60s. I'm thinking of Morris Lewis or someone like that,
Yeah,
or Sam Francis, but they left a lot of white space
yeah,
on their, using abstract gestures or, techniques.
I like the texture of the paint. You feel the paint in these work.
Yeah, I agree. Right,
It's beautiful.
right.
Marie, maybe you should go back to oil.
yeah,
This is beautiful. It's
And this by virtue of the scale and the material, has a feeling of painting, meaning you can feel, as Phyllis was saying, you feel the artist with the brush,
Mhm.
pushing paint across the surface. So that's a sense that has something to do with painting. It isn't always big, splashing or
yeah,
more hands-on, and there's even a traditional element or connection, you know?
yeah. I think
And I
I'm
like that.
making
It
more
adds
pieces like
too.
this. Yeah,
it adds something.
It's good to look back at what you did way, way back.
Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Find a lot of good
To
ideas.
see how far I haven't gone.
But you know what? Cartier-Bresson, I remember when he was interviewed, I think it was on Charlie Rose, and Charlie Rose was trying to get him to say that, that, because Cartier-Bresson was very old, at this interview. He lived a long time. And Charlie Rose was trying to get him to admit that he was a surrealist, in the 20s or 30s or whatever. And Cartier-Bresson, he, just responded. He goes, "I've always been doing the same thing, period." Right?
Mhm.
So your early work is not better or worse, again, than your later work. It's just part of a continuation, you know, of what your interests are and what you've been doing and who
And also the techniques that you learned along the way.
Yeah,
I think it's more, the older work gets more learned, as you might say.
But sometimes it gets confused even. You know what I mean?
That's
You
right.
know, you might bite off more than you can chew or something, or take some weird road somewhere, but it's still yours.
yeah,
Anyway, I like this one, this middle one. I like the white spaces,
yeah.
in between the strokes, I think is really neat.
Thanks.
It has almost sculptural, like you're looking closely, at these intertwined things. This one looks like, there's shadows, obviously. This blue line, this is in shadow. This is a highlight, which is picking up the light from this, you know?
Can I share the screen for a moment?
Yeah, sure.
Uh-oh.
You did that in 2011.
Oh my gosh.
Uh, hold on. Do you see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah.
You see, you did that on the 13th of July, 2011. You started like this. You see
Wow.
this?
I like that too.
See
Those are great, Marie.
that?
Yeah, they're
And,
beautiful. Interesting.
you
Beautiful.
worked that to the end. That was on the 27th of July. Isn't
All of
that
those are really good.
Yes.
so that's what we are looking at here. Isn't it interesting?
Gosh.
Wow.
I
Those
like
are
that
great.
one.
Those are
That's,
so good.
oh, those are three together, right?
Those
Yes.
are the three.
Yeah,
Yeah, like a triptych.
Wow.
they're lovely. I
That's
like,
great.
Let me see. Sorry.
Hmm.
where are these pieces, Marie?
Oh, I gave them to my aunt.
All of them?
Yeah,
Are these that we're looking at right now, are those the same three?
yes.
This, is that the
Yeah.
same? Are those,
No.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, they are.
I like particularly here the strokes, which are very thin, and they say it's nice.
yeah.
That's also very nice.
I wish you had done like, a whole series of these, 100 of them.
Maybe I'm gonna do that now.
Yeah.
You did a lot.
I hope you do.
Yes, I agree.
And keep them light,
You
like they're
did
wow, those are great. And the way they're tucked up
they,
against the,
they are they, you know, they that was your.
I remember this painting. I remember this.
Oh my God, so bad.
Bad
I remember that too.
is good. That's good. That's
Mhm.
good too. I
I
remember
like
this.
thing.
I remember those colors you came in with. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
think this was acrylic. This was not oil.
I don't know.
Can you tell?
I can't.
I just remember these big tubes of weird colors that she would, that looks like oil. But some of them
I
look
think
like,
they were oil.
I think some of those greens were acrylic.
That's
Someone,
the shooting.
someone,
That was the shooting.
Oh, right.
Oh yeah, I remember those too,
This
sure.
is so embarrassing when you really know somebody, when you work together with somebody so long.
You have here more.
No, that's
Some
okay.
interesting.
I think we should save some for another day.
Anyway, those first ones, the triptychs, and the
Yeah,
way they work, the way they're sort of composed, everything is pushed to one side,
yeah.
really emphasizing the edge of the canvas, the limit is really cool.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do larger ones like that.
Okay.
nice.
Okay. Thanks, Hans.
Marie's trying to pull it off
You are
stage,
trying.
get the
You are
hook,
trying to.
get it off stage. Thank you, Hans.
You're very welcome. Okay. But so 2011.
Very good.
No.
Let's look at what Cliff, I don't know what you sent, Cliff. We're going to look at it right now, okay?
I just went into my phone and just got some stuff that I had done some recently and some old, just to see if
Okay.
you wanted to talk about anything today, or we could talk about them another time. But if you
Well,
want
we're
to,
here.
No.
Let's look at this.
one of them was thick with paint that
Yeah, we're going to look at that one right now.
Yeah, it reminded me of the thickness of some of Marie's
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Wait, what happened here? How did that come up? And why can't there? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
There's a lot of talk about paint, and just enjoying the paint and moving around a lot of paint, and I think that was really thick. And I don't usually use a knife or anything. I usually use brushes, and so I don't remember what happened here, but it just was something I had done probably last year or something. I don't really remember.
Well, what I think is that that's exactly what comes across. And I think the fact that you allowed that just to be that, what you just described, is what makes this wonderful.
Yeah.
Because you recognized that, what it is. It's about the delight of, the color and the material, this thick paint, the application, and you left it just as it is instead of trying to turn it into something else.
Yeah. I also didn't keep it. I'm sure I didn't keep it. It was painted over or destroyed.
Oh, you're not supposed to admit that.
Oh,
You're supposed to say, yes, thank you.
Yeah. I had done a painting. I don't know if I told you this. I was at an Audi dealership getting an oil change, and I saw this painting in the back of my car, and I said to the service technician, I said, "Would you like this?" He goes, "Oh, I like that painting." And I said, "Oh, sure. Well, take it." And he gave it to his wife, and she liked it. And it was so funny that that some people appreciate, some paintings and others, don't. And it was pretty funny that that he took it, and then next time I had saw him, he mentioned to me, I gave it to my wife. She really liked it. She hung it up. It was funny.
You know what? A lot of great paintings have been retrieved from dumpsters in New York.
True.
I'm sure.
I bet.
Right? A lot of very good ones.
mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So let's take a look at the next one. So what do you see right now? Do you see the new one?
Yeah, I see another one that I did at the Armory in West Palm Beach, and it also didn't live, but it was just something I had done probably during a class, during a 2-hour, 3-hour class, and enjoying the paint again, and trying to, trying to not have it be a landscape, but yet, because sometimes landscapes, I mean, I love landscapes and I love abstract, and I'm trying to, be loose and there's probably a few inches of this painting that are interesting, somewhere. If you could find something in it that was working, but as a composition or anything, I can't really say I like it or liked it enough to keep it. I definitely got rid of it or painted over it again.
You know,
I
I
like that.
like
I
it.
like that you show destroyed artwork. I like
yeah, I do too. I do too.
that. It's
Because I think painting, a lot of painting is trying to figure out what you want by eliminating what you don't want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't really know what we want, right? We're not sure how to get there.
You know it
And
when you see it. You know it when you see it, but you
right,
also, yeah.
exactly. So I can feel that. I can feel you doing that in this painting. Trying to find it, trying to make something happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's really interesting. And I think it's good.
There's an old one in this that I sent you that was really I think I started it and I had it and I painted over it and over it again, and it evolved over years, and I kept it. That was it. It was in my basement. It was like 10 feet. It was like 10 feet long, and it was big. It was the biggest painting I had ever done years ago, and then the face on the person on the left, if you zoom in on the face, there was something underneath there that I liked. If you can, I don't know if you can zoom in on that
I'm going to
head.
try. I'm going to try. I don't think
Okay.
I
Yeah.
can't. Let me see. Oh, there we go. That's about as much
Oh,
as
okay. Yeah, no,
I
there was something, there was just a little section that I found interesting. But then I have to admit, and I'm sorry for divulging this, but then I think my daughter was having some friends over in the basement, and I forced them, these were nudes, and I forced them to put bathing suits on the three images. So those 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 bathing suits, I think, were added, and I wasn't the person that added them, but it was kind of there was a story behind this painting that it evolved, and there was became very heavy, physically heavy, because I painted over it so much, but it was just a story of the evolution of a canvas, and I finally
Hmm.
destroyed it when I moved houses, and I just I finally threw it away, but it was fun, interesting, the history of a canvas. Sometimes
I
they're
like
long,
that. I
sometimes they're
love
long,
that. I
sometimes they're
love that.
yeah.
I really like that. I love the whole story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great. And you're right. Paintings have stories, and some paintings have big stories, but big or small, the stories can be interesting. I mean, think about paintings that have been around, for 500 years or 400 years. They're stories, you
Yeah.
know? It's interesting.
Yeah, the idea of having a second person or a multiple people, when you think of the artists that were directing other people to paint their canvases and said, "I want
Right.
you to paint the sky this week or paint the ocean this month," and they were directing, like conducting like an orchestra, and they weren't the one doing it. I mean, I guess Andy Warhol was a big director. He didn't often, do the thing. He directed it, and it's very difficult to think how that could work. I don't really value you know a piece that was done by multiple people. I value it less. I like the individual effort and the person, one painting, not multiple.
Yeah. But Duchamp, hired sign painters to come in and paint, what they do. I mean, he didn't try to integrate it.
Mhm.
It was something else on the surface. that
Yeah.
was accepted, you know, in his world, in that way of conceptualizing a painting, thinking about it, like what's, you know, what the possibilities are. Yeah, I like the bathing suits, especially the red one, and I like the blue because it
In
has a
fact,
it has a de Kooning-esque or a Dubuffet, I mean. Uh, it works. It has a quality that it's funny and it just works for some reason.
yeah.
I like
But this is also non-existing.
Yeah. Yeah. That
I,
was the first largest painting I ever did. Woods, did I give you one more, or is that it for today for
There's
Cliff's
one more,
no,
one more,
but
one more, one
Cliff's
more.
historical? Oh, this one was like last week. I did this one in my garage here in Newport, and I used paper for the first time. It wasn't canvas. I bought an expensive piece of paper that has these rough edges, and I really enjoyed the paper and the painting on paper, and so that was fun. That's kind of well, it's acrylic, but it was I used some water, and I don't know how I got that black going on there. Might have been some ink,
it is
but
probably not the right thing we are looking at. It should be turned around, right?
oh, the angle. Yeah, I think I was just,
Well,
it might have been on the floor of the garage, and I might have
correct,
just
you
taken a
know.
picture from my feet.
Oh, let me see if I can turn it. Uh,
But,
I
I think
think in the I think in this mode, I can't.
mm,
I can't flip it.
yeah, when you take a picture of a photo of a painting or something, you're supposed to do it, in a way that
Here,
it's either on a wall or
here I can. Here I can.
not on the
Here.
ground. I think I did it on the ground.
mhm.
Is that upside down?
Oh, I don't
No,
know. There's no right side up on this one.
no. But I see it the right way, even
Oh,
it's wrong.
That's better, right?
Oh, we haven't seen anything different.
did you
Oh,
fade the? Did you
sorry.
fade the?
Okay,
Did,
here. Okay, hold on. I
did you fade? You faded? Did you fade the colors by
no,
something
no,
on
no,
the?
no, 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 no. I meant I'm flipping it all. I'm flipping it around. But
Oh,
let me do this. I thought you were seeing what I was seeing.
Now I see it.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's different.
okay.
That's the way it is.
I like it, Cliff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think this line is great. Is really important. The black line here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
That's
mean,
really nice.
I might have learned that from one of you to put a line and to vary the strokes and put a line in, and
Well, I hope you're learning something.
oh, I am. I'm really I'm loving my involvement with your group.
I
Oh,
don't
good.
know who taught you to destroy your artwork. I don't know. I was around.
Kidding, kidding.
I think it's really, there's a lot to look at and it's very free. And it's different from what I've ever seen you paint. I think it's really like a departure, like out of your comfort zone. And I think it's great.
Yeah, there could have even been some pastel like that. I might have even had some pastel going. So I call it do you call it a mixed media once you start changing the medium? Like if I had pastel on top of
Yeah,
acrylic.
Yeah.
I
So
guess so.
this is I think I've got some
Yes,
pastel ink and acrylic.
I like the feeling of summertime.
Oh yeah, it is on the water, and it could be an underwater
Yeah,
image because I
Yeah,
am
right,
on the
right.
on.
like you're trying to preserve the summer,
Yeah,
which is so fleeting.
that's
It
for
is
sure.
fleeting. You're so right. It's very fleeting. I like this purple dot down here.
Yeah, it.
I mean, because it's there. I mean, I'm not sure why it's there, but it's there, and I like it.
Oh,
It's just
I
it's so basic. and it works with the yellow, the complement somehow.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's interesting the way that just sort of anchors
Yeah.
painting.
Well, I'm sure I had a fun, if I look back on that day last week or whenever I did this, I know it was a good day and a fun day because whenever I paint or try to paint, I enjoy the day. And the days that go by and I'm not painting, I'm not enjoying. So I'm having a sort of the realization that when I paint, I'm happier and when I give it the time, and just go and do it regardless of where I am, it's always a better day. So thank you for seeing these, yeah. And I'll try to have some fresh
Sure.
material in the weeks ahead.
Thank you.
I
All
like
right.
the way the orange fades away. Excuse me. The orange in the center, on the upper, on the top of near the top of the
And there?
painting, it fades. I like that.
Yeah.
Usually orange will just stick out, but it
There's
fades
nice
away.
things.
Yeah, I like that.
I love this paint passage, just this area in here.
I
Right.
do too.
It's very complex. There's a lot of things going on in here,
Oh, I see. Yeah.
and all of those elements, they're all working. It all works. There's a lot of interesting color and marks, scribbles, you know.
Water. It's amazing how important water when you're doing an unthick painting, or even when you're doing just having water, putting water on there, starting with a watery piece of paper. I did remember I was using water liberally, but the water didn't really help with the pastel. It didn't really, the water
No,
and that doesn't work.
no.
But yeah.
Well, it works in the fact that it doesn't work. That's how
Yeah.
it works.
Yeah. Yeah.
Again, now I see the detail in this little purple thing. It's fun.
Oh, the script, like it's a lot of circles, a lot of circles.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of interesting. It's like protozoa, at the bottom of the sea, becoming something.
Mark making. That's, yeah, I
Right.
was I was trying to explore with mark making.
Yeah.
So this is also destroyed, right?
No, this is just in the garage somewhere. It might be on the floor, but it might be have a bicycle run over it or something. But it's no. I think I could produce. I could hang this up.
Yes.
I could keep this. Maybe, yeah. No, it lives, and I like the paper. I think the most interesting thing was it was the first time I ever worked on a high quality piece of paper. It was
Right.
I enjoyed it.
Good. Great. Yeah,
Well,
there's
thank
nice.
you.
I like, very nice.
Very cool, Cliff.
Thank you.
Very good. Good, good.
Thank you.
But still, you have to make a little bit of decision if you want to become a painter or a conceptual artist, which paints and then destroys the artwork.
What is it? What do you mean? What do you mean conceptual?
There are different ways to become famous here.
Explain to Cliff what you mean when you say conceptual artist. Explain that
It
to
could
him.
be a concept of you that you paint, you take a photograph and you destroy the painting.
Oh, so you're saying take the photograph, you're saying?
That would be really, it would be simply a very conceptual artwork.
Yeah. No, I look forward to keeping more art and reflecting on it and looking at it and changing it. And I've never had, a place where I could put up art and look at it and then change it, rip it, destroy it, paint over it. I mean, I've never really had the ongoing opportunity to reflect on paintings and keep going or change them, layer on. I have a feeling I could overwork something pretty quickly and easily, and I'm trying to be more less is more. I think like I just want to be lighter, a lighter touch. I mean, coming from the tube thick is not good. And I'm just over that. I'm just trying to get away from coming from the tube. Although someone on this program told me, don't be afraid of buying a lot of colors. You know, when you go to the art store, there's 1,500 colors. And then I remember this teacher in West Palm, he says, don't come into this classroom with just 5 colors because I want you to mix everything. But then someone on this show said, don't listen to him. Go ahead and buy what other colors you want and just enjoy. And so I'm glad I have now the keys and the freedom to go buy tubes of paint that I want to experiment with and not take, because I think mixing paint for me is wonderful, but it's also torturous, you know, because I often don't have the memory to remember what color goes with what, and there's a lot of accidents that happen, and they're often not good accidents. But when you come from the tube in a pretty, you know, a nice color that someone came up with, I don't know who comes up with these colors, but there's so many of them. It's fun to be able to go buy a pre-mixed color. I don't know what you're feeling. What is your feeling on that, Hans? Do you mind going from a store-bought color, or are you a purist?
Purist? No, I'm more a messy.
Oh, good.
messy.
So I won't offend you if I buy pre-mixed colors. Okay.
No,
Mark, how do you feel about that? That's a good question.
I love mixing colors. I love it. I just, because, you know, in the end, like what I do, my sensibility is to get really, 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 really subtle stuff going on, you know, and making it all do something. So
Well,
I love,
that's
I,
very helpful, because when you limit your palette to these beautiful clouds and blues and you know, then you're in a sweet spot of your dreams, and you're able to execute without bringing in some harsh color that someone came up with out of a tube that would make it look like a needle in your eye. And so I'm with you. I think you're on the right track by limiting your.
but I don't, but I have to say that I don't think it's that it happens to be my track. That's all. I mean, there's other tracks, you know. I mean, I love Barnett Newman, who just painted, you know, who's afraid of red, yellow, and blue, you know, and that was it, red, yellow, blue. So I'm totally with that too, you know. But I do my thing, you know, and I have to do it because I can't figure out anything else to do. You know, that's what I want to do. So I just keep mixing and mixing and mixing, and I love when it gets gray and then it just moves a little warm or a little cool. I like those really little subtle effects. But
Well,
that's,
the
you know, but I don't think that is for necessarily what everyone wants to do. You know, they don't have
But
to.
I think it's a very sophisticated place you've landed, because you learned that, you know, it's pleasant and it's pleasing and it's interesting to have these colors that work. And if you brought in a weird color that someone mixed out
But
of
you
a
know,
tube, it's going to destroy your whole vibe.
yeah, but you know what I do to make it not so pleasant and pretty? Like I throw a piece of cardboard on the surface.
Yeah,
I rip a piece of cardboard and throw it on the surface. You know, because sometimes it does get too sweet or too pretty or too
yeah,
nothing,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
too amorphous. And then I have to like, you know, throw something at it.
Would
And
it
so, you
be
know,
would it be
whatever you,
difficult for would it be difficult for you to to take 5 colors that you haven't really been working with the last decade and incorporate them in a painting and see what happens? Would you have a hard time with
well,
that project?
well, you know, in the end, it would just turn out to be gray again. You know, I would just mix them all together with a lot of white, you know.
Okay, okay, you can't
Because
change.
you know, the colors I start with are very, very strident. But as I said, I mix them, I keep mixing them into these other things. But I'm starting with really, really, you know, pure pigments,
Yeah.
you know, like phthalo blues and, you know, different reds and yellows, you
Mm,
know, and, you know, so I'm playing with everything. And you know, sometimes some of that stuff is left on the surface, but it's subtle.
yeah.
So I don't know. You know, we all have our own ways of
I
No,
think
getting there.
when you buy these tube things, it's easier, you know. there are some grays which, you know, you need about 4 colors to get that gray.
Yeah.
And then you can just buy it, and then you mix it with other colors, and I mean, it makes life easier. You know, you have so many. You know, it's. But I agree in that sense. You know, sometimes I paint a whole series only with 4 colors or 3
Yeah.
colors, just to you know, finito. Not like the more colors. You know, it's sometimes confusing also.
Oh,
I mean,
totally, totally.
no,
Human
it
beings.
is good for if you're a really, you know, into, you know, like 100 years or 200 years ago, you know, you made this whole palette, and that you had all this, the real colors there, which you needed always. And,
Yeah, yeah.
you
I
know,
think if I,
you had even assistant, which, you know, which did the colors for you.
yeah.
You know,
Well, if I go
for
to
the
oil,
real
if you go,
settings.
if you go to
The
oil, I
masters
think
were also they were also lazy. The masters, they knew also, you know, it's like in composition. You know, you did, of course, you knew how to write music, the whole piece, but at the end you had a newcomer which had to copy those things. You didn't do that on you because it's laborsome, and you don't need people which have to learn those things, do those
yeah.
things.
Yeah, I
And
think going to oil paint is going to be opening a whole new world. I've never done oil paint, and I understand it's
yeah, you should start with that probably. With oil
wonderful.
paint. Yeah, because it's very subtle and very, you know, it's gonna be a different way a little bit.
Yeah,
What
I'm
do
gonna.
you, Phyllis, what do
Sorry?
you think? You mix a lot of your paint colors.
Excuse me.
I was wondering what your take was, whether
Oh,
you
I
like
have a little kooky way of doing it. I fall in love with a color first. I'm constantly finding new colors. I'm looking for the one that I'm looking for, and once I find it, that becomes like the basis of the palette, and then I work around it.
Interesting.
I
Interesting.
sometimes mix them, and sometimes I use them straight from the tube.
But it's interesting how you start with a particular color
Yeah,
as your you know, beginning point, which is
yes.
fascinating.
Is mixing color with oil easier than mixing color with acrylic?
Much.
I think it's nicer. It's a lot.
You know what it is?
Sure.
It's that you can mix oil paints further and get more subtlety, and they have more presence. Like acrylics get a little bit muddy very quickly.
Ah,
That's the
yeah.
problem.
I'm
So
switching to oil. I'm going oil. I'm
try
moving.
it. You have
I'm
to
moving.
try it. It takes time, but you have to try it.
Yeah.
Do you see this painting I put up?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So that
Yes.
because I thought of a painting with lots of color, although I see that it's subtle color, but it is a lot of different colors, you know, violets and greens, blues, yellows, reds, you know, everything is in there.
Mhm.
This is Gorky, obviously.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I threw it up. I put it
Mhm.
up.
Yeah, that's nice.
And the oil, is this oil?
Yes. This was before acrylic paint, I'm
Yeah.
sure. There's
Oh,
even yeah.
But
what
you
year?
see, also with an oil paint, you can go muggy, and if you do
Yeah.
too much, and if you know, here it's very nice. You know how this is so clearly, you know, done. You know also down that this yellow ground thing. It's very nice with this loose stroke, but very concentrated. It's very nice.
Yeah.
It's nice.
He mixed it with the linseed oil or some kind of medium to is that how he
Yeah.
got? Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe only with
Probably,
turpentine.
you know,
We don't know.
Oil, we don't know, I guess. But oil is already, the pigment is mixed with linseed oil
Oh,
normally,
I
right?
see.
And so when you thin it, you're adding a solvent, which was
Right.
turpentine in the
Okay.
past,
Yeah.
right?
Hmm.
And so there's a rule, that, or at least a tradition or a standard of a three-part medium, which is 1/3 linseed oil, 1/3 dammar varnish, which sort of keeps a nice sheen and
Oh,
hardness,
yeah.
and 1/3 turpentine. That's a very standard painting medium.
Where would I find that? Where would I find that? Could you text me that, or could you send me a link that tells me some kind of an explanation of that famous concoction?
Okay, I
No,
think you.
I think there are so many different.
Yeah,
You have to figure it out yourself.
Okay.
yeah.
You know what I'm
That's
saying? I never use linseed oil because it's just it gets very, very fat, the painting. It shines.
right.
I never, I mean,
Okay. I'll
usually,
do.
it depends what you want to do. It's
That's
really,
right.
it's not one thing. It's not
No,
about one thing.
I'm just saying that's a standard
Yeah.
traditional medium.
Okay.
But you're right, Hans. You're absolutely
You have
correct.
to find out what is your thing, what you wanna. It's
But for a place to start, whatever, I don't know.
Yeah. I'm gonna go to the AI and ask AI. They'll give me an answer. Well, so.
AI knows better
you
than we
can
know.
put your name in. Can say, I knew what Rembrandt did, but my name is Cliff Cort. Can you give me my recipe?
That's a good
And
one.
let's
I'll
see
do it.
what ChatGPT answers. Maybe has a
Okay.
good answer.
Yeah.
I would try that.
Well, maybe next week we could look at a couple of AI paintings just to see what's going on in the world of AI painting. I don't know if you could find such a painting or an image, but it would be interesting if we could discuss just for a brief moment, the influence of technology on painting.
Well, the influence of technology and on painting is a very long story. Very, very, very old.
Yeah.
Because you have to think of, not only Caravaggio, right, using lenses, mirrors, shadow boxes,
Mhm.
right, to
Yeah.
create images, but you go all the way to the Impressionists, which is when oil paint first appeared in a tube, and they
Oh,
were
yeah.
able to get on the train, right, and leave
Yeah.
Paris with
Yeah.
with tubes and
Yeah.
paint very quickly, fleeting light, you know,
Mhm.
and then, take their paintings back to Paris.
Yeah.
So
It's
Interesting.
changed the whole.
technology has always been there with
Yeah.
production of,
Interesting.
yeah, yeah. It is interesting. So here's a quiz.
Oh,
Ready?
okay.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
Okay. Here's the quiz today. Uh,
Van Gogh.
in what sense?
Self-portrait.
Well, you got the subject right.
I think it's on.
Oh, okay.
Is it maybe Renoir?
It is Van Gogh.
Really?
The subject.
No,
Yeah,
no.
but
Who painted it?
don't
Is the
say
question.
anything.
Those are Crayola crayons.
Okay. So it's a drawing, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's, it's unhuman. It's not a human. A human didn't do it.
Yes, yes, a human did do it.
Okay.
Sorry.
I'm gonna say Picasso because you're trying to throw us off.
It's
Picasso.
not Picasso.
Okay.
Picasso, yeah,
Just
wouldn't have done it. He wouldn't have spent this much time on it,
exactly. Exactly.
Gauguin
Close.
Oh,
has to be one of his friends.
Well, you probably won't get it, so I'll tell you, okay?
Oh, wait,
You
really?
want to, you want to try, Hans?
No, but
Anyone else
no,
before I reveal
I,
Toulouse-Lautrec?
Oh, wow, okay.
And it is Van Gogh.
uh,
You got that right off.
We get half credit.
You get a something. I don't know what.
Right.
Wow, that's
nice.
great.
What do you
Fun.
think of it? What do you think of it? Mark, do you love it? Do you love the composition?
No, I
Do you
don't.
love?
I don't really. I don't love it, but I thought it was just quirky and funny and interesting. And he was a great draftsman,
Oh, yeah.
Toulouse-Lautrec. I mean, he was really, really good, but I liked his own thing, what he did,
Yeah.
This to me is it's academic in a way, except for whatever, you know what I mean. But the colors, whatever, were from the period and so on.
Mm.
And I guess he was sort of he was I don't want to not mimicking, but but the colors that Van Gogh would use, right?
Yeah.
Something like that. I mean, I don't think this was part of his repertoire. Toulouse-Lautrec's, he was much more graphic and so on.
You sure it wasn't Picasso?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure of anything, but that's what I understand.
Just teasing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Well,
that's what
Mark, we wish you a very happy birthday tomorrow.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thank
my
you.
goodness. Happy birthday, Mark.
Thanks. Thanks.
Yes, happy birthday, Mark.
Thank you. Thank you,
Happy
everyone.
birthday.
Thanks.
Wonderful.
So we are
So
saying goodbye to our viewers.
yeah, let's say goodbye to our viewers. Thanks for being here with us. We had fun. I hope you did too.